So anyway, today I want to show you how easy and how quick it is to make a meal, especially for those of you that are afraid to do it because you don't have the time and you're afraid of home cooking, you're afraid of the expense, you're afraid of not choosing the right ingredients, and you're afraid it's time consuming. It's not time consuming, and I'm going to show you that right now. I use fish burgers for this recipe, turkey burgers, chicken liver, green peas, green beans, eggs, and then if you're going to feed this as the only nutrition for your dog, is the only ingredient and aren't going to feed any commercial foods, then you want to add some bone meal or give some raw bones because dogs need the calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium. Well, in order to prepare for a meal like this, the major part of time comes at shopping in the store, where you get your fish burgers, your turkey burgers, your chicken liver or beef liver, your eggs and your peas and your green beans. After that, then the major time is spent in putting them into the pot. So just to show you in real time, let's just start now. Okay, now you bought all the stuff at the store. You're going to put a couple pounds of, you're going to put 3 pounds of meat in, and each one of these turkey burgers is about 6 ounces. So that's 24 ounces, which is 1.5 pounds. So this is not really time consuming. And then each one of these fish burgers is 4 ounces. So we're going to throw those in. Then, what else? Well, you're going to put some green peas in, because peas have good protein, about 5%. You're going to put those over the top. And let's take a look. I'm by myself today, so I don't really have anybody to zoom in. But you can see there's peas and there's fish burgers in. Well, I better take that off the clock because that really took out some time to show you what I was doing. So let's just try some green beans next. And so now we got, each one of these is 12 ounces. So we got 3 pounds of the meat, and then we get 3 pounds of the vegetables. This is chicken liver. I use that in my recipes because it contains a lot of vitamins and needed minerals. It's usually 2 ounces per pound of meat. So in this recipe, because we use 2 ounces, we use 1.5 pounds of fish, we used 1.5 pounds turkey, that's 3 pounds. So that'd be about 6 ounces of this. So so here's about 3 to 4 ounces, and here's another few ounces. So that's the amount of chicken we need, chicken liver, I'm sorry. And then, you know what? That's about it. You can easily break some eggs into it. Usually I use 2 to 3 eggs. Eggs are the perfect protein. Also, the yolk contains a lot of wonderful vitamins and minerals. So you can break an egg in. I'm going to break 1 or 2. My dog Maisie hates eggs in it, so I'm not going to put a bunch because she won't eat it. She only likes peas. You can also use carrots. She's not really a fan of peas and carrots, but so I put 2 eggs in it. If you're going to feed your dogs a homemade meal exclusively, then you want to add some bone meal. Bone meal is a source of I looked at it like I had to make sure it was bone meal. Bone meal contains calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium in the right percentages to make sure that your pets get the minerals they need for their bones. So usually it's a teaspoon per pound. So we're going to sprinkle in 1, 2, 3 teaspoons of bone meal. So now we have our mixture. We have our fish burgers, we have our turkey burgers, we have peas, we have carrots, we have egg, we have chicken liver, and we have bone meal. If you're going to feed your dogs a home-cooked meal, then vitamin E is also a great thing to supplement. Most dogs get 2 units per pound. If you have a 10-pound dog, that's 20 units daily or 150 units a week. These are 200-unit capsules, so you could probably feed one of these a week, or do what I do is you bite it open, you put a drop on a treat. Another great thing to feed your dogs, because it's good for their bones, is glucosamine chondroitin. And what I often do is I'll bite the vitamin E capsule and I'll just put a drop on the glucosamine chondroitin tablet. You can also put it on a kibble or a treat. It soaks right in, and then that's a nice nutritious treat. It's got the glucosamine and chondroitin, which is good for their joints. It's got the vitamin E, which is an antioxidant, and vitamin E is good for everybody. Next, you add water until it just covers the level of the food. So you add water, like I showed you, to the level of the food. In this case, I used to use more water when I was cooking chicken for a long time with the bones in it, but when I'm cooking these type of things that don't need to cook for a long time, 4 hours, I don't use as much water. So you plug your crock pot in and leave it on low for about 4 hours. A few more hours isn't going to hurt, so you can leave it on while you're at work. When you come home, you give it a couple good stirs, or even use a potato masher, and try to get the ingredients as even as you can, because you want to stir in the bone meal and the fish and the turkey and the peas and the chicken liver, and break it all apart. Another way you can do that is before you leave, or as you put it in, you can break it in smaller pieces, but this is the easier way to do it. So I want to show you what it looks like after you cook it. Here's the meat and peas and fish burger, and hopefully your dogs will love it. Mine love it. If you're interested in feeding your dogs a better diet, I just published in May a new version of my dog dish diet. It's called the Dog Diet Answer Book. Dog Diet Answer Book takes a look at different kinds of dog foods and different ingredients, and gives you a good idea what to look for when you want to feed your dog a better diet. It also talks about sharing human food, like this, and also feeding freeze-dried, raw, kibble, canned, and other types of food. Anyway, if you're interested, check out my website, Dog Dish Diet, and look for this book, Dog Diet Answer Book, by this little-known author, Greg Martinez, DVM. Have a great day.